Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. Our next guest is a cartoonist from the Bronx who's worked on many comic books, including working for Marvel. And after many years of working in the commercial side, he's chosen to dedicate his art and knowledge to his community. And every year, he partners up with the Bronx Museum of the Arts to provide unique comic book art classes. And this year's event is called Comic Culture Dynamic Bronx and features everything from comic, manga, art, Photoshop, and writing. And joining us to share more, we welcome Ivan Velez Jr. and his student, my daughter, Charvida. Welcome.
How you
Welcome.
doing? Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me.
And congratulations on this continuous program.
Oh, yeah, it's been going on for about 20 years.
I know, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I've had the opportunity to sit in and observe
know.
exactly what you create with these individuals. And so let's just give everybody a little background on you. I mean, I did mention that
Right.
your origins are from Marvel and just the whole market and how you've chosen to kind of like enlighten and inspire our children to use their own backyard for inspiration.
Yeah. When I was a kid, especially, there were no characters of color, and that was the thing that was really missing from everybody's life. When I got older and I got my own comic books out to a social service agency, the Hedrick Martin Institute, and because of that comic book back in the 80s, like 35 years ago, people started asking me to work for them. And I got a chance to work for Milestone, which was like a piece of DC Comics, which focused on multicultural characters like Static, Static Shock, and stuff like that. And I got to work for Marvel too. And I did like Ghost Rider for a couple of years. But I know that there weren't many people of color. I mean, I think I was one of the first Latinos to ever have like a regular title at Marvel Comics. So kind of my mission in life came to kind of spread it out and have more people come in. And this is a great time to be a cartoonist right now. There's just so many venues you can show your work, and especially online. And the kids are kind of changing the game too, because now the comic books are actually have to force to look like their readers.
Well, the funny
Yeah.
thing is that it's good. It's good, right? And the funny thing I was going to say is that like it's almost like this super trend that it doesn't seem like it's going to die out. I mean,
Right.
my daughter's an avid reader. Hello, Charvida. Welcome. How's it feel to be on that side?
Really good.
Yeah, awesome. And so, but she loves reading graphic novels,
Right.
and so
Especially manga.
especially manga.
Right.
Manga was the magic word that got us into your class.
That's right.
And of course, after all the graphic novels that you provided her with
Right.
over the years, she's finally old enough to attend your class, right? Because the classes are from 9 to 14 this
Right
time
now.
around.
And the team program starts on May 20th, and they're like 14 to 20.
So let's talk a little. That's
Sure.
great. So no, but
Yeah.
right now the one that started last
Little
week. You still
kids.
have a few, right? But you still have a few seats available.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right. I mean, it looked like a full class.
About
but
7, 8, 9 seats left.
Seven,
We
okay.
try to accommodate everybody.
Right. And that's going till June, which we're going to give you more
Right.
details on that as we move forward. But I wanted to just go over a little bit about how it is that you design it and how you're able to keep up, right? Because
Right.
they're their own generation of they create their own trends and,
They do,
and
do.
they have a different way of seeing things. And so manga obviously was the word that attracted us to your class. And
Right.
I don't know anything about manga. Maybe you want to share with everybody
Well,
about
manga is
manga.
this art form that's like it's like a very famous art form. It sells more comics than any American comic books. Like one issue of One Piece will outsell the whole entire Marvel universe. So it's a big thing. It's been around forever. And since I was a nerd, since I was younger, and I was searching for characters of color anywhere, it was great to see all these Asian characters like pop up and really big and beautiful stories. And anime, and it's like all over the place now. And this is something to kind of get the kids in there because they're more comfortable with the manga characters on the page than Marvel characters. Because Marvel characters, to buy one issue of Spider-Man is like $5, but you can get a whole big fat book of manga for the same price, and you can go to libraries and online and just see it everywhere. And it feeds everybody. Manga is a beautiful kind of like art that kind of like it's very emotional. It caters to many different groups, and I'm just happy to kind of share it.
And what's your take on manga, Charmdita?
Well, I know you're reading Bleach now,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I know she loves
Oh,
manga.
not Bleach. Excuse me. That's way up here. Naruto.
Yeah.
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 But
So-
she told me before she doesn't like Dragon Ball. That's way too boy for her.
Right. So tell me what attracts you to manga.
Well, that the shows I watch, like they're mostly anime, and like when I go to like bookstores, like I immediately go to the manga section to see if they have like my type of manga, and they do
What is your type of manga?
Naruto manga.
Naruto manga. Okay, and
Yeah,
so
that's so cool.
you're so wonderful with the children.
Oh.
And thank you for having my daughter here with you on set. And let's share with everyone, I guess, a little demo of how you
Sure.
introduced or inspired them to draw.
Right, well, you know, kids have to want to create their own characters, and we want to go with really basic anatomy, and a perfect character type for that is a chibi. And chibi is like C-H-I-B-I. It just means little in Japanese. And chibi starts with a really big fat head, you know, kind of like a balloon. And if you think of the string of the balloon as a spine, which gives you kind of the flavor of the character, so it doesn't just be up straight like that, you put the body around there, kind of like a rectangle, right? And then you kind of pose the character the way you want to. You do the skeleton, see? Big feet, by the way, because chibis have a way of becoming toys. And if you have little feet, they just tip over. So you just want to have a really nice, strong feet. And just kind of play with it. Eyes are very kind of simple and big. And a nose and a mouth, see? And then you can change it into any type of character you like. Afterwards, you erase the lines you don't want, and you keep it, and you just define it more. Okay? Just like she's doing.
And so Charmvida's duplicating what you just drew.
Right.
Are you almost done? Well, you can keep drawing while
takes a
we're
little while,
talking.
yeah.
And so the idea, though, I just want to share with everyone, is that he inspires them, but then they stylize it according to whatever
Right,
comes
right.
from them. And then he, as a teacher, critiques it graciously.
And they critique each other, too, which
Right,
is
and they
skill.
I
Right.
love that. Yes, I'm so glad you mentioned
Yeah, because
that.
part of the class is not only to show them like the skills, but kind of show them how to evaluate the art, how to make decisions, how to kind of bring in, and how to kind of like be a discriminating consumer. Because, you know, we kind of get pushed by the media a lot, and I want them to make their own decisions and kind of, you know, evaluate everything as it comes to them.
Yeah, and no, not only that, it becomes a lot more inclusive, right? Because then they're just not self-absorbed into their own work;
Right,
they're
right.
into their teammates or their classmates' work as well. And then there's also that, like you said, that insight of just different styles. And I love the fact that you have the kids sign contracts. That it's
Legally binding.
right. Well, no, you have them sign contracts about the way they communicate amongst each other
Right.
and their work. And
Right.
so, Charm, you look like you're done there. Are you done?
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
to twist it over? Let's show everybody what you did. And wait, you got to go all the way around, baby. Oh, and let me get that book.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, this was our homework last week.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in a second. Let's twist it all the way around.
Oops, there we go.
We should have twisted it the other way. There we go. So there's Charm's interpretation of the chibi, right? And so let's talk a little bit about the homework, right? Now you also give them homework, and Charmvida brought
Just a little homework, not
just
so
a
much.
little homework, and so he also gives them with a sketch pad. But I want Charm to talk about her homework that she created for him. And what was the homework assignment?
To make one of your family members a superhero.
Right.
So the homework assignment was to
Make a family member a superhero.
right, and so let me
Who'd you
see
pick?
your homework. Pull it up. And so, who did you choose to be your superhero?
You.
Me. And what did you write there?
Well, her name is Starlight Glitz. Her powers are telepathy, telekinesis, psychic orbs, and healing wind.
That's very manga.
That's very manga,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's very flattering for Mama.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
I
it's good for them
appreciate that.
to see, you know, people in the family in a different light as well as heroes, because this is something when I was a kid. I didn't have any characters that looked like me or my family, and we had to kind of like really push hard to kind of get them there. Now we can do that. We can see that. We have other characters on TV and movies that look like us, and that's the way it should be.
Absolutely, and I
Yeah.
think they should all find a safe place. And I'm so grateful to you for these classes that you offer, for them to have a place to express themselves
Right.
in their whatever artistic form and narrate the story according to their environment, which is the most important aspect
Right,
of what
right.
you're doing. So thank you for that. So do you want to share with everyone the other classes, because we started mentioning that the teenage?
Right, the teenage program starts on May 18th on Saturday at 1 p.m. That's like 14 to 20. We're going to start, it's a short program, but we're going to continue it in the fall as well. And we're actually making the short films, short horror films based on the Bronx, which will help too. Stories about the ghost stories, 'cause I love those. We also have adult programs in the summer because adults need love too. And we have like really a lot of different things, big drawing events, drink and draw parties. Even like tomorrow we'll have like a little drink and draw party we'll drink juice.
Right.
And we're having Batgirl come and pose for us, so that'll be kind of fun.
Oh, nice. You're
Yeah.
going to have a live model. Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you again, Ivan Velez
you so
Jr., Charmvida. Thank you for flattering Mama, and thank you for being part of this. And
Can I say that this was funded by the Bronx Council on the Arts this year, and they've been doing it for like 6 years in a row. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, well, we're proud of all of the organizations making sure that the next generation has a future in the arts. We love the arts. You guys, once again, the Comic Culture Dynamic. Look at Mama's portrait. Love it. The Comic Culture Dynamic is currently in. It began April 20th, and it's going to run every Saturday until June 22nd. The classes are from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and are
admission.
open to kids ages 9 to 14. It is a free class, and for more information on how to register, you can visit the BronxMuseum.org. All right, we have to take a quick break, but coming up, we'll hear about a program helping young adults build. Don't go anywhere.